you haven't got the same manager Jack had. So
Yeah.
that's, could be worse.
Your story is I'd say worse than mine.
I'd say that this story about my corrupt manager is the single most mental story that, and like this is the anecdote that I bring up many times. So apologize. Do you want to hear it?
Yes.
Like, you know, obviously,
I was there.
You know it inside
I
out.
saw the video you did on
But
it.
I'll just tell you a few things now. I've spoken about it a few times on the channel and different places and stuff. But I signed to this manager that already had his name was already tarnished, basically. Like it was
good
yeah. I actually had some well-respected YouTubers DMing me going, "Sure, you want to do that?" But I was skint at the time, and hid this guy who I'll call to the
his name.
No, yeah,
great name to give him.
No, I'll bleep that. I'll call him Tony. Right? Everyone's Tony to me. Tony had just
good
got
manager name.
Yeah, is it?
No.
Tony had gotten me this £500 job, and this was when I was in my infancy on the channel. So I was like, "Oh, 500 quid, that's nice." Done the job, got paid. I was like, okay. And when I was emailing him, I was actually emailing a receptionist, not him. I was like, oh, he's actually got staff. That's pretty cool. and then one day he just turns around and goes, I'm signed to him by this point, yada, yada, yada. We're going to go to Las Vegas, to the desert, to film a movie. I'm like, well, if this happens, this will be the biggest thing in my life ever.
Yeah.
I ended up going over there. Found myself in the middle of the Nevadan desert. We were filming a trailer about aliens. I was like, this is fucking insane. Like, how am I here? I actually went over with who was that black guy?
Mazzy Maz.
Yeah, do you remember Mazzy Maz?
Yes, I do.
Sam Pepper's
Yeah.
best
Also
friend.
known as real famous rapper now.
Is he famous now?
Yeah, he's a huge rapper, bigger than Mazzy Maz is now. Can't remember what he's he does like
Scar-Lord.
Scar-Lord, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
he's really popular.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I saw when he
At least
started.
somebody's career went somewhere.
Yeah. I agree. Straight away, yeah. Oh, it's about me. Okay. No, so we were in the desert, we're filming this, and then we come back home. A week later, he's like, we're going to go to LA now and premiere this trailer. I'm like, fuck me, this guy is the real deal. So I went over to LA, tried to sell the film, couldn't sell it. It was shit. It was shit, right? And then one day, let's fast forward like however long it was like a year. I used to see oh fuck, I said his name. I used to see Tony all the time. Stevie calls me up and he's like, "Have you seen the article?" I'm like, so instantly, that's never good. Like, never have somebody said, "Have you seen the article?"
And everyone's gone, wow.
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
I knew Tony quite well as well.
Yeah.
I'd hung out with him and hung out. He was 40.
Yeah.
But I like if I was stuck in London for a couple of hours traveling, he'd come and meet me.
Yeah.
So that's a bit weird. But I see this article and instantly have to tell Jack.
And he's like, yeah, go and read it on 1080 magazine. So I was like, okay, went on 1080.com. YouTube manager of JaackMaate
Oh no.
jailed for fraud. So I was like, what the fuck has gone on it? Then the editor of the magazine calls me up and went, yeah, just wondering if you can confirm if these accusations that he's been sentenced for are true. I'm like, what are the fucking accusations? Like, I don't know what it could have been. It could have been mass murder, and I wouldn't have known.
My favourite part of all of this though was that you thought he was in hospital.
Yes, right. So the story thickens, the plot thickens. I used to have this thing where
Tony.
Yeah, Tony. Sorry. Yeah, keep saying that. So
Tony
used to have this thing where he would get bitten by either. He said it was a spider, but for the amount of times this happened, I thought.
This thing, I was going to say, regular.
Wait, no, this isn't a lie. We'd seen the photos.
Yeah,
he
right.
puffs up a lot. So
I reckon it was
probably a bee sting
It was
or
when
something.
touches him, but he had it a lot. So it's like, what are you doing to constantly getting bit by a spider?
Kids.
Just hanging around him.
He's
a
just
lot.
got one at home.
Go on,
May have
do
to
it.
Can't be bothered to work this week.
May have to cut out what I said there.
Okay.
Kids.
No, because he was a nonce. No,
Oh, really?
No, he wasn't.
Oh,
His face would swell up like the Elephant Man.
yeah.
It seems like I'm making this up. I'm not.
Genuine. This is genuine.
So he'd have massive rubber lips, and it would just look horrific. Anyway, he caught. I was owed a job from him, and I didn't get paid for a week. And he always paid on time because at one point he was one of my very, very close mates. And so I called him up, no answer for a week. I said, he always wanted to see me. This is weird. Then one day I called him up, and his dad answered. His dad is obviously an older gentleman, probably about 65, who I was told owned an airline in Portugal. He was a millionaire. And he answered. He was like, "Hi, this is blah blah blah. James is in hospital. He's got the swollen thing again." I was
Tony.
like, okay, no worries. Oh, Tony.
Just say his fucking name now. It's James Yates for anyone looking for him.
Okay.
No, I gotta believe it. People can search it and find it, but I don't want to do this. He was like, yeah, his face is swollen, so he's not gonna be able to speak to you. for about 6 months. And I was like,
Oh, jail time.
yeah. I was like, that's very specific. Also, can you not just put him on loudspeaker or FaceTime?
I don't think you wanted to see his face.
No, I did. Content. I'm all about the content. And then so it turns out he went to prison for fraud. And there was, you know, when you watch the show Catfish and you
Yeah.
think, how do you not fucking know that you're being catfished? Like, this is mental. I was catfished horrifically. And let me tell you some of the things, the clues that I later found out in hindsight that are so obvious. So when we first went over to LA, Tony was like, I've got a penthouse suite. It's the best thing you'll ever see. We'll go there. It's like, cool. We got there. He was like, because I let my friends stay in here, they haven't left the keys, and I can't get in touch with them because they're on holiday. But my mate will let us have his apartment. So I was like, right, okay, whatever. And it was still a nice apartment. So I was like, he found that the keys were under the mat. It was obviously an Airbnb. I didn't know at the time. So he'd gone in. We're sat there. He was like, yeah, this is his house. It's like, oh, he must be there. And then he told me this whole backstory about this guy. Then one of our friends who lived in LA come round and went, this was 2 days later, and went, oh, Tony, lovely TV on the wall. And Tony went, yeah, I bought that last time I was here. And I'm there like, why did you buy this for your mate's apartment? This doesn't make sense. He also told me, this is fucking insane, that he knew Justin Timberlake.
Wow.
So one day I went on. I was Skyping my friend Tom Nozza, who used to do the podcast before I upgraded. I'm joking. No, I was Skyping Tom one time. I was like, yeah, apparently he knows Justin Timberlake. He's like, we need to fucking look into this. Went on his Facebook profile pictures. Went about 5 or 6 back. Boom. There's a picture with Tony with Justin Timberlake on the red carpet. Have you heard this? Because you're looking like you haven't heard it.
Because no, at
But-
the time you also said that he knew Zac Efron.
He knew.
And you were
I'll get
calling
there.
me.
I'll get there.
Oh my God, how far does this go?
I know.
It's huge.
It's Timberlake, Katy Perry, and Zac Efron. But we got the picture of Justin Timberlake. I went, oh shit, Tom, he actually does. Put it in Skype, and then Tom went, yeah, do you want to zoom into the lanyard? So I zoomed in, and he was at a lookalike convention in Cannes. It said, your face looks familiar. And he's just stood there with this Justin Timberlake lookalike and put it on his Facebook going, oh yeah, I'm Justin Timberlake's assistant manager. Or something like that, which was fucking bizarre. Then we were in LA one time, and he was like, yeah, I know Zac Efron because I worked on High School Musical. He was like, yeah, I can FaceTime him. No, I went, go on then, FaceTime him if you got his number. He went, all right, I will. Went to the toilet. Thought, what's he doing in there for so long? Come out 15 minutes later, went, yeah, he's ready to FaceTime now. So this is convenient. And then the guy answered, and it was in a really dark club, like under a table. So you couldn't even see what the guy, like it was framed like to his neck. So I was like, that's clearly not Zac. And I had to sit there going, like thinking, why are you lying to me, pretending this is Zac Efron? Like,
I find it funny because you were messaging me getting excited.
Yeah.
You were going, I'm about to talk to Zac Efron. And I'm like, fuck off. Love Zac Efron. So I was like, I'm so fucking jealous of you right now.
on this podcast.
And then he FaceTimes a black screen.
and then as we, what else was it? Oh, so when it'd
Probably his
gone,
dad again.
what's that?
It's probably his dad.
It probably was, mate. I don't think he knew many people because the night
He actually
before.
had no friends.
Yeah, no, it's that tragic. The night before he went to prison, which I didn't even know about, he was going, do you want to come to London, hang out? The night before you're due to be sentenced in prison. And apparently, I don't know if this is true or not, but when he turned up to the court case, they said, right, bring a change of underwear and bring a change of socks. He rocked up in a suit, no change of clothes, laptop bag under his arm, because he fully expected they'd just go, not guilty, and he'd walk out. So it turns out that the credit card whole thing, the whole fraud thing, is why I ended up going to America twice. And his best friend, that was this woman, she got in contact with me after, and when Tony was in prison, and went, just want to let you know, I've spoken to Tony. He's really upset about like because you and him were actually good friends, and he feels like he's let you down.
Yeah, no shit,
Yeah,
mate.
a little bit. Yeah, I was like, how's
You're literally not a real person.
This is why it gets worse. 'Cause
yeah.
He might as well have been called Tony.
he might be.
Probably is called Tony.
You've been saying his real name this whole time.
Oh, we're gonna bleep it. Oh,
I said, oh, what does Tony's wife think about this? She went, wife?
oh no.
I went, fuck. Literally, fuck off. And he made up this whole thing that he lived in Surrey with his wife and these horses. And it even told me little minute details about how Tony's wife's lasagna's really fucking good. Turns out he just lived with his mum. Sorry to anyone that's
Literally every single part of his life was a lie. And you didn't pick up on any of it. I didn't either, but you hung out. You went clubbing with him.
Yeah, I
You
know.
took a 40-year-old man out in Norwich.
I know.
What?
It's
So
embarrassing.
what about this film crew? Did they have a crew?
Yeah,
Was just a man with a DSLR?
he joined up management teams with a legitimate manager. He blagged his way to sign with this legitimate management
I suppose
company.
that his whole thing was if he had you, and I wasn't it the master of as well.
Yeah, it legitimised it.
And yeah, I mean,
Maz.
it gets to a point where you could just kind of just bullshit your way.
Yeah.
And I think that's what the company was doing with me.
Yeah.
They were like, we don't have Monster, but if we get you, we can get Monster, and
Yeah.
that was kind of their whole thing. And then
Yeah.
they don't get Monster. It's like, what the fuck are they gonna do now?
Yeah.
We're fucked.
Yeah.
Like, they've lied to me, and obviously I'm gonna find out.
Yeah.
Lucky I didn't sue. To be fair.
You got all that to come. You've got all that to come. But I think his thing was he started this management company with all this murky background, fully not thinking that he was going to get anywhere. Then he had a few lucky breaks and he started to do it legitimately. He genuinely got me brand deals. He got me a brand deal with Pizza Express.
Yeah.
It was a really good brand deal. And for the amount of subscribers I had at the time, the money was mental. And I met the actual representative from Pizza Express. So that's all real. I think he then thought, fuck, my past is going to catch up on me sooner or later. And it did. If that hadn't have come back to bite him in the arse, good job it didn't bite him in the arse. His face would have swung.